you remember me something in my family, but I'm not mentioning here. So my brother has a young son, my nephew. He was very, very good in math from the first grade. So somebody, a psychologist, talked to him. Oh, let me take care of your child. He's a genius. No, he said, no, he has to have his childhood.
Yes.
That should be the attitude. That should be the attitude.
Yes. Yeah, that should be the attitude. But, you know, when there's so much money involved, there sometimes it feels like there are more important things.
Incentive in the wrong direction. So, from what you investigated and researched, how much does one of these well-known influencers get?
There's a big range, so it depends. But I mean, the top people are making millions of dollars a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
And to be 12-year-old and to have millions.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, of course you want to do it.
Okay. So have you seen cases like the child now that is a teen, want not to continue? What is the range of the ages that you have seen kids doing this kind of profession?
Yeah. I mean, some of the youngest kids that I talk to for my book, they're like 8 or 9. They're really young. And on the older side is people who have gone through this when they were younger and now they're in their 20s. And they're kind of deciding, I don't want to do this anymore. But I think the difficulty is like, you can't really make that decision when you're an influencer kid because your family's whole economic outlook depends on you. So what are you going to do? You're going to say, I'm not going to do this anymore, and then we're going to have to move out of our house. Like, that's a lot of responsibility for a kid, and it's difficult to be able to make that decision.
Yeah, I understand. And putting all this on the shoulders of the kid, but they don't have privacy. All their privacy is public. And when somebody goes through it is a teenager now, they think to have their own privacy, they cannot get it. Because, as you mentioned, everybody has seen them from where they were in the diapers. Now, who watches a child influencer? Other children?
Yeah, a lot of times it is other children. Other children are really interested in this kind of content. It's also sometimes other parents. So the parent influencers will make content about like, oh, this is how I get my daughter to sleep at night, or this is what I do all day with my toddler. And so then other moms or dads will watch that to kind of like get ideas. But it is concerning. Like, you do wonder who is watching this all the time.
Do you think might be, God forbid, pedophiles watching those?
Sometimes, yeah, I do. Because the New York Times did this incredibly harrowing piece where they found out they infiltrated this pedophile network, and they were all talking about how they didn't really have to go look for stuff because the influencer parents were just posting it all the time.
So that's a risk. Now, parents,
it is a risk.
Parents should know that there is a risk, that is a big risk. There is a big risk. So in your book, how you explain these things? And who should be your normal reader of the book? The parents, or it's all the children?
I think anyone who's interested in what it's really like to be a child influencer, and anyone who's just been watching this happen on the internet and thinking, what is going on and how are we going to change this, I think should be my reader.
So your name is Fortesa. In Albanian means castle. So you are helping children to be in your Fortesa in order not to be harmed. And that's a good thing that you are doing. And we are hoping to see your book soon. The title is The Main Words. that the influencers use, from likes, following, and the other things that they subscribing to their network. Three words that the children already know. Now, from your experience, what is your suggestion? Okay, maybe there is a child who has a talent and wants to express its own talent. What is the age that you should allow? A teenager, before that age, 15 year, 14 year? We know in Australia they blocked the social media at 15 years old. But even that is the same thing with alcohol prohibition. It pushes people more in that direction.
Right. It's forbidden. I think it depends. I think every parent has their own guidelines of what they think is okay. And it's also different. I think, like, let's say your kid is a really good piano player. If you're posting videos of them playing the piano, it's much different than posting personal videos of them where they're crying or they're upset or they're having a tantrum. Like, that's very different to me. So I would have like different guidelines.
So mostly this psychological situation of the child when they express their emotion without boundaries, is that the interest the other kids?
I think we are just so fascinated, especially as children, by how other families and other kids work. Like, I think about when I was a kid and I would go to my friends' houses and I was like, wow, this is so different from my house, you know? And now it's like, you don't even have to go to your friend's house. You can just go online and you can see all of these families and the way that they live. That's
another let's say, source for the curiosity, because curiosity kills the cat.
Yeah, it does.
And that's the same situation. For Tessa, when the book should be for the audience, when should be sold?
Yes, April 7th is when it comes out, but it is available for pre-order now. So you can order it anywhere that you get your books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere. And I can't wait for you guys to read it.
Okay, I will read it and I will call you then after I read the book.
I can't wait. Yeah, we'll have to talk again.
Yeah. We have the time to talk again. But I thank you very much because you have found an argument to be treated that impacts everybody, every parents. If they think out of that money questions, if they think for the future, for the psychology of their children, they have to think 2 times or 3 times before allowing their kids to be not a monster, I will say, but so-called in this case, because even if they get the money, they are exploited. It's a way to exploit your own child. But what is the main conclusion? How we can defend from this situation? Is one or there is not?
I don't think it's simple, but I think that we just have to be aware of what we're doing when we're putting kids online. You know, we are compromising their privacy. We are taking away their choices. And sometimes they'll grow up and they'll think it's fine. And sometimes they'll grow up and they'll hate you for it. And that's just kind of like being a parent in general, I think.
Oh, have you seen cases like if the parents block the child and the child is frustrated about that?
You know, I haven't, but I know that like there's definitely kids who, are frustrated that they can't be online, that their parents are too strict. But I think it's always better to be on the side of caution than anything else.
So that depends also if you give the child, just to make it quiet, your cell phone to watch if it is 1 year and 1 year and a half as your daughter is. So sometimes they use as a babysitter the cell phone. That's an attitude that needs to be changed.
Yeah, definitely.
Even it makes help for the moment, but that creates a dependence on the social media, and that goes to this phenomenon that you are describing. I wish you all the best on your journalistic work. I wish you all the best for this book. I think that everybody will talk a lot when they read the book. When they read the book. And edhe një herë Fortesa, faleminderit. Faleminderit për librin që keni bërë, faleminderit që i kushtoni interes këtyre problemeve që prekin gjithë shoqërinë shqiptare apo amerikane, edhe ne shqiptaro-amerikanët si pjesë e tyre. Edhe një herë, gjithë të mirat dhe suksese për librin.
Faleminderit shumë.
Të dashur teleshikuesët e televizionit të shqiptarëve të Amerikës, këtu i dham fund bisedës sonë me Fortesa Latifin, autoren e librit Like, Follow and Subscribe, e cila trajton fenomenin e fëmijëve të cilët janë bërë influencierë dhe dëmin që mund t'i shkaktojë psikologjisë së tyre ky fenomen. Miru takofshim në emisionet të tjera. Faleminderit.